Set point for a lead of 2 sets to love. He's always been true to himself as the type of player he is, Edberg, even on clay, where usually serve and volleys don't prosper. They certainly don't often prosper. Even there, he, as much as possible, gets the net, and that's what he's been doing here, even from love 30.
Juice.
Certainly given krajicek a great many backhand return of serve to deal with. There's another set point.
Juice.
Well, this is a slight cameo, of course, of Edberg's real problems over the last few years. Big points, big occasions, lets the team down. And finally, Krajicek gets a forehand cross-court working here.
Juice. Advantage Edberg.
Two sets to love it is. And in a very handy position indeed, Stefan Edberg. And the news of Henman quickly. 2 sets to love and 5-3 now. On the centre court, a part-time Londoner, perhaps not to be part-time Londoner, much more, I suppose. Be a pity. It's a familiar sight around the Kensington Way when he's at home. Part-time Londoner is leading the current Wimbledon champion in 2 sets, 6-3, 6-3, and playing well and comfortably. And outside, Tim Henman is, can I read that?
Thank you. Seats quickly,
5-4 up in the 3rd set, 2 sets to love.
Wait, please. Seats at the back of the court.
Henman serving for the match. Third set here.
15 long.
Well, I can only imagine that with Edberg pressing Krajicek from all angles, Krajicek's best form of defense is going to be real attack. And it's not going to help if Edberg maintains this sort of form, and he really did hold form in the backhand, really staying with the shot.
13-15.
Which means that for the first time in this match, the Wimbledon champion Richard Krajicek has taken the lead right at the start of a set. 1-love.
Yes, his problem really has been mainly on the serve. At the beginning of each set, Krajicek has lost his service. An important game that for him if he's to come back into this match. First round, of course, he's should be full of strength and vigor, full of determination, really, to suffer what would almost be a slightly embarrassing loss, were it not perhaps to Edberg. Krajicek certainly at Wimbledon didn't have to counter with an audience which is quite as one-sided as this one is.
Continues to be humid. We can just see almost in a sort of ghostly haze in the distance. About, I think it's about 10 miles away. That familiar sight of the Manhattan skyline, nothing like it. It's almost one-dimensional the way it looks from as we look across over the top of this huge stadium. It's like a almost a cheap backdrop sometimes. Stage backdrop.
Well, he's had one or two little hiccups, really, the odd double fault here and there, but otherwise it's been pretty fine serving from Edberg. Hasn't yet lost his serve. Third love game for Edberg. That's how dominant he's been.
15.
But perhaps the match to bear in mind with Edberg in this really terrific position is the match they played in Monte Carlo this year, where Edberg won the first set 6-love, was up in the second, was running away with it, and Krajicek fought back and eventually won in 3 sets on clay in Monte Carlo, of course.
30 love. Love.
sort of sucker shot. Krajicek beginning to serve well. He leads 2-1 in the third set.
Krajicek leads
And Tim
2-1.
Henman's won. 1 in 3 sets. Yes, we just managed to squeeze in that result before you disappeared for a moment to confirm it. Tim Henman on court 5 has won his first round match here. 6-2, 6-3, 6-4 against Roberto Jabali of Brazil. And his opponent in the next round will be either Gianluca Pozzi of Italy or Doug Fleck, the big young American server who beat Agassi at Wimbledon.
15 love. Good love. 40 love.
Service domination becoming more pronounced now.
Yes, the real irony too is that it's a lot easier to return serve on these courts because of the truer bounce than it is on grass at Wimbledon, and yet Krajicek there really put a return wrong, and yet here he's really in and out.
Beautifully mapped out. Edberg knew exactly what he was doing there.
2-all.
And 2 sets to love. When I first saw Krajicek through down in Australia, I think I talked about it earlier at the start, I thought, well, here's a fellow with this huge raw game. He's going to do well on grass. And then in the next few years, I began to wonder when I actually saw him play on grass whether he wasn't actually too big for the low ball. Unusual line of pirouetting.
Yes, Edberg doing a Don Quixote here, really swinging around like a windmill. Too fast for his own good. Yes, I'm inclined to agree with you. That's what I thought about Krajicek too, and I had him down as somebody who really couldn't play low volleys, particularly on the backhand side. It seemed almost a gimme if you played it low there.
14-15.
A very good forehand, but a backhand that was really suspect. Now, we've seen him suspect today on the backhand, and we've seen him fall short on the low volleys as well. So this is the typical Krajicek.
Game, Krajicek.
That's good serving, and it gives him 3-2 in the third set, Krajicek, and for the first time you feel he's starting to make a bit of impact here.